Hi there. Not long ago, I shared a video on how to converting a beam model from Revit and make it into some sort of a configurator. And today I'm going to show you how I did it by using Unity Forma and Unity Reflect Develop. So it's more kind of like behind the scene kind of features, so you know what this exactly step that I've done, and hopefully it helps. So again, we're using Unity Reflect Develop and Unity Forma, and please take a look at the description so you know what they do. So first, I need to have a beam model. I've got a Revit in here. I've got a model in Revit in here. It's a simple room that I created, and what I need is to have the Reflect plugin installed and export it into a Unity project. So I'm going to the plugin, export, let it load, and select the make sure account selected and export it into a Unity project. So I have already exported, so I'm not going to do that. So now let's move on to Unity editor. Now I'm using Unity 2021, and this is a standard HDRP template. So right now I'm just importing the Forma package. Additionally, I have already just added some asset material that I want to use later. It's other than that, it's just completely empty. I would say empty because it has some template. Now I'm adding the reflect package by putting com.unity.reflect and just let it load. And then now I've got both package that I need for the project. Okay, so now let's close it. So make sure you have .NET 4.x enabled in the editor. So now I close it and open it again. So now everything should be okay. I should get no errors. Okay, so the first thing that I need to do is to go on the Revit window, and it will show me a list of projects, and I need to select the one that I just exported and import the model into the Unity editor. So you can click on locate to locate the project, and let's just go in there, and that is the model of the Revit model that I created. So it will come up. Let's give it a minute. There you go. So this is the one. Okay. Yeah. And again, right now, so I need to just have a look in the scene. So I'm going to create a new scene and just call it an indoor scene. Now I'm disabling the two objects and just drag this room in there. Turn off the light in the scene mode. Now it compile because yeah. Okay, so now finished compiling. Now you can see this is exactly what it looks like in Revit. I've gotten in here, so you can easily export model in here. So let's talk about Forma. You have environment and product. These two really important. Now you can have a day environment, you can have a night environment. So, and then for product, you can have office product, like for office furniture or like apartment furniture. So this is very important if you have to define what your environment and what your product. So right now, let's build our environment. So we're using the room as the indoor environment, and now I have done it. So now I need to add the environment into the project. So I'm creating a new profile, and I'm selecting the scene, the indoor scene I just created, and now I've added into the list, and I just need to add it into this environment. So yeah, just drag it across. Now I've got the environment in place. So this is what my room will look like, and yeah, so there you go. Let's look at the camera. And yeah, right, so I can refresh the thumbnail. So this is capture what it looks like in the camera, and now we just need to add the product. So to add product, we just go, I usually go on the this settings here. So going back into the general settings, profile settings, and click on product and add our product here. And now I have a prefab in here that has a lot of furniture in there, office furniture. Let's select that, and now it's added. Now let me just show you what is actually in the prefab. So I'm going to switch back into the normal view and click on this product. So right now you can see it's just like a bunch of furniture, and I have created different sets, and so you can, when you go into Forma and put different product in there or different variation, you can easily select different variation. So I got setup 1, setup 2, etc. in each room, and I also have that for the computer desk. So I've got computer desk setup 1 and setup 2. So so this is what setup 2 look like, and this is what setup 1 will look like. Okay, so this is how I prepare my product, and I switch back into the Forma view, and now you can see now we have some offset in the environment. So we just need to move the environment. So I'm click on this button and just need to move it across using your eyeballing. Just make sure it's not colliding the walls and all that. So just have a double check before. Yeah, I think it all looks good, and we just need to click on the confirm button here. Now everyone will look in place. Now we just need to start thinking of how to add product. So we can say add a new visibility variation, and we call it maybe the PC desk setup, for example. So the PC desk setup settings. Yeah, now we select the variant 1 and drag to the bottom and drag the setup 1 variant, and let's create a new variant, variant 2, and then select the different setup in here. So if I move it to the here and just rename it into, say, setup 1 and setup 2. Right, so now I can toggle between the two. So this is a really simple setup, and right now I just need to do the rest of it. So I'm selecting this meeting table and create a new variant set. Let's call it a meeting table, right? And again, we just repeat what we did, and let's just rename it, or add new variant, rename it. Let's call setup 1 and create new variant, call setup 2, right? And go into product and select 2 different game object product. And now I'm all set up, so I just need to toggle between the 2. So I've got one more set up, and let's go into the launch area. So again, just repeat the same thing. Launch room setup, and select setup 1 and new variant. Oh, sorry, the just call it setup 1. New variant. Oops. Rename setup 2 and drag the setup 2 into the bottom area. And now I've got the 2 variant. Now, if you notice, in the setup 1, I also got a different setup for the coffee table in front of the couch. So now we need to create a new variant and switch back into here. Let's call it coffee table. Right, so select the one in here, which is the square one, rectangular one. So I'm just gonna select and drag it here. Rename it, call rectangle, and let's go a new variant and drag the should select it and drag it on the bottom and make it, call it round. So I've got 2 different variants for the coffee table too. Okay, let's stack it all up. And now let's move on to this armchair. Now you create a material variant set, and in here we are selecting this 2 is this object that we need to change the material to. So select the rest of it and make sure you select the all material here, sorry, the renderer here, and select this option. And now we can assign new material, or we're just going to rename this. Let's call it yellow, and rename this armchair material. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so add a new variant, and in here I just need to select the material that we want to change. And now I search here, and that's the one. So like I've got green ones. Let's call it green. I'm going to do the same thing again. Add a new variant. I think we will have a purple one this time. Okay, now select the material again. Now I've got some purple armchair, so I can switch between the color. Right, last thing I believe is this softball that I've got in here. So same thing as before, I'm going to create a material variant set. Go to the softball, and let's just rename it. Call it grey. It looks grey to me. And make sure I select the object and drag it on here. Okay, so now I need to create different material variant. So I've already got several material prepare for this option. So just gonna add them one by one. So the green one. Go. Select. Search for the object. Material. Got the orange one. And now blue. So it's just going to be like, hey, this is a product, and then just add different variant sets, and this is how you have a configurator. So Forma make it very easy for you to do that. So I've got all the material set. So here's all the product that we can change. Now just play it and see if that works. Okay, so there you go. Now it's not reacting to my mouse click, so I need to find out why that is. But apart from that, it seems working okay. I mean, the render looks good. So I figured out what happened. In the Forma is still using the old input system, where when I use the XDLP template at the beginning, is used new input system by default. So now I just need to switch back into the old system, and it's working okay. So to do that, you need to go on to the package manager and make sure you don't have the new Unity input system installed in the project. So I've got it removed in here, so it's not on the list. One other thing is what you need to do is to make sure it's using the old version. So let's switch back into the default layout and go into build settings, player settings, and scroll down and make sure you're using the old input system like I'm here, like I've used in here. So it's all working fine now. I'm sure they will update it in the future, but for now this is what we'll be using. So it's all working okay. Now got the camera set up. Now we just need to add more camera, so I'm just gonna add a new one, and so that we just switch that into as a product, and let's call it meeting table kind of view. And let's see, go into the camera settings maybe. Yeah. And now make sure I have environment on top, so it's using the environment camera as the priority, or as the first option. So it's just reorder the camera view. So just let me just shoot that into this angle. Alright, and you can use this XYZ coordinate to move it, or you can sort of just use your mouse click and WASD to move it. And one is all look good, and I just need to click on this update camera button at the bottom left. So let me do a double check. If it all looks good. Yes, rotate it that way, and oops, right, hang on, I think I forgot to update the camera. Okay, oops. Right, let's play it for now. Now at least if I go into the meeting table, now I have a transition and move it, and now I'm able to move it, and I can able to switch between the two. Yeah, this is good, and give me some basic control. Now go back into the camera. Yeah, I just need to add one more camera. Click the launch one. Yeah. And again set into product. Now that's reorder the list. Now move it up and other way, so I'm going to move it to there. Move it closer to this area here, looking this way. And now update camera. Now it's refresh it the other way. Yeah, so let's just get update camera too in here. Right, so moving back here. Right, let's adjust it a little bit more. So I've got 3 cameras. One is the default one, and one looking at the launch. Yeah, and also one looking at the meeting table. So I've got all 3 cameras. Let's have a look. Right, so I've got all 3 cameras on the list. Yes, I can still move this one. Okay, so I'm going to set up new rules. If you remember that in the launch area, I have the coffee table, but in fact, one of the setup doesn't involve with the coffee table variant. So I just need to disable that when the coffee table is not appear on the screen, and enable that if the coffee table is showing on the screen. So I'm going to set up 2 rules. So one is saying, hey, if I'm showing the setup 1, then we need to allow to have the option for you to switch to different coffee table. And so yeah, so now I've got one set up. To description. So the rules features is very handy if you want to show or display or not display certain options or things in your configurator. Yeah, now I just need to create another one. Yeah, just change the name of it to make it more obvious. Right, let's add a new one. It's basically the same thing. Right. Nope. I cannot change. I cannot add a new rules in here. Or I cannot make it like an else statement here. Just gonna do that. Yeah. Yeah. And completely the same thing, but the opposite of the other one. Okay, so select the launcher in and set up 2. When it's selected, then we make it not available, or hide it, or not available, hide it. Yeah. Now we just select the coffee table that has not appeared. So if I play now and now pay attention on the variation set option on the left. Let's go to the launch area. Now it's crazy turn, and now select option 2. Now the coffee table option is gone, and selecting the option 1 again, the coffee table is back on. So this rule system is very handy. Yeah, in fact, so this is how you use the Forma and create that configuration. Thank you for watching.